Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I want to talk to you about the future of YouTube. And for me, this is a solemn topic because I don't think the future is looking good for most content creators. The gameplay you're going to get to see is me playing Modern Warfare Remastered, killing people with the P90 because I feel like that's about the only gun I remember how to use now, and then a sniping gameplay that I tried to snipe but ended up weapon scavenging. You'll see it later. But I honestly believe that YouTube is trying to kill off the social part of their platform to kind of cull some creators and become the next Netflix. You can see it in their advertising with YouTube Red, YouTube Music. I think it's the World Series presented by YouTube TV now, which I didn't even know was a thing. But if you look back at the last half dozen or so big decisions that YouTube has made, every single one of them has been bad for smaller content creators and more of a Netflixy type decision. There have been algorithm changes to reward watch time instead of total number of views or traffic sources or anything like that. There's an emphasis shift on YouTube gaming, getting off of the main YouTube platform. Like YouTube gaming is growing and YouTube Music is growing, and they're pushing these as individual services, not part of YouTube regular, because gaming and music are large, but they're still relatively niche in that they're well-defined categories, so they're trying to move them off to other apps. You have the whole advertiser-friendly and demonetization nonsense that is a direct appeal to corporate partners and designed to sort of tone down the content on the site to PG-13. There's very heavy-handed content and community strikes for anything that could be even remotely offensive, and most recently they're planning to limit external linking, so you have to get approved for external links. Some websites are outright banned, including Patreon for many YouTubers. So many smaller content creators, especially those that do long form projects, won't be able to link their Patreons on YouTube, which is very unfortunate. And I think that every single one of these decisions is designed to stifle growth for smaller channels and hurt smaller YouTubers so that only the big ones are left. And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking like mega big. And the question you're going to ask is why? Why would YouTube want to kill the lifeblood of their platform? Because we all know the lifeblood of YouTube is not the super mega YouTubers, it's the smaller guys, the medium range guys, the viewers, the people that make the random breaking the new iPhone video that gets like 1 million views and other my dog farted on the news or whatever and that goes viral. That's really what YouTube is at the moment. But that's not profitable. If you go and you do some Googling on your own, you'll see that YouTube is yet to turn a profit year over year. I think they might have had 1 or 2 profitable quarters, but it's 2017. The website has been around for approximately 11 years, and not one single year has it turned a profit, not individually, nor when it's been owned by Google or Google's now parent company, Alphabet. Big tech companies and big companies in general often go a very long time without turning profit. Famously, Tesla has not yet to turn a profit. I think they accidentally turned a profit one quarter and it created all sorts of issues for their stock. YouTube hasn't. Amazon went in the red for a super long time. I don't think Twitter turns a profit. But if you look at the CEO, CFO, any sort of official statement about YouTube, it says that they're still in growth and investment mode. They're still trying to grow the platform. They're trying to get bigger. They're not really trying to turn a profit. But my question is, what are they growing to? What do they want to become? As far as I can tell right now, YouTube is by far the dominant video platform, at least in, well, North and South America and all of Europe and most of Africa. I think Russia, China, and some of the Asian countries have some of their own platforms, but YouTube still has a presence there. Even when I was in Tokyo, they had giant billboard ads for YouTube content creators in the Tokyo metro, which was crazy that they're doing that for Japan. It's promoting it, but it's basically the dominant video platform for the world. And what is it trying to grow into? What more can it become? And I think that if the current ad revenue that YouTube has cannot pay for the bandwidth for the dominant video platform in the world, and that can't make money, then maybe that business model just doesn't work or can't work or shouldn't work or needs a massive retooling. And one of the things you could do to massively retool it if you were in charge of the platform is get paid subscriptions. So if you start doing paid prescriptions like YouTube, Hulu, Amazon Videos, something like that, and you make a fixed amount of money per month per viewer, that is a much more profitable and much more scalable amount of income. And I can guarantee you that paying $5, $10, $15, $20 a month is going to make way more for YouTube than even the most hardcore viewer that watches all the advertisements. Those advertisements are worth pennies on the dollar, and they just don't add up to monthly subscription fees. So that's why you have YouTube Red and now YouTube TV, and there's YouTube Music and whatever else there is going on. I can even see it in my own analytics because I get paid a portion of YouTube Red for those of you that have it, and that makes me more money proportionally than people watching advertisements, which is crazy. But there's a side note here that kind of confuses me, and that's that Netflix right now is by far not profitable. I think Netflix is in the same as Tesla and YouTube and a lot of these other Twitter companies. They have yet to have a properly profitable quarter, and they're still turning losses year over year, and they're still in growth mode as well. They're spending crazy amounts of money to pay for movies and new like Netflix originals and stuff like that, and they're growing fast and they're killing traditional media, but they're not making money now. The plan is that in the future, when traditional TV and theater and stuff is really struggling, Netflix will be the only player in town, or maybe one or two big players, and then they can become very profitable. They can get much higher end content, they can charge more and stabilize their business. And I think that that's what YouTube wants to do in the future. Google sees that in the future, Netflix is going to be the only thing left, or Amazon, or some sort of web video. Like traditional cable TV won't be a thing. And Google, because it likes to invest in literally everything, wants to be a player in that game. They want a piece of that pie. They're certainly not going to be able to do it through Google Play Video Rental. That makes almost no money. I mean, realistically, like Sony, Microsoft, Google Play, iTunes, all those things where you pay like $5 to rent a movie digitally, those don't make very much money. The ones that really make money and have big user bases are the subscription model ones, what's MoviePass? That one's going to be huge in the future. And if they can't do it through Google Play, then why not do it through YouTube? It's already a media video platform. If you can tack some paid subscriptions on, if you can get rid of some of the weird stuff and kind of cut out the lower and the crusty parts of YouTube, then it can be a Netflix-like platform. And I think that in the future, YouTube wants to see several things happen to their platform in order to prepare for this transition. Number one, they want a culling of content creators not big enough to support a syndicated show. So smaller YouTubers are just going to slowly get squeezed out and cut off. And I probably count as that. I'm on about 1.2, 1.3 million subs right now. I don't think I'm going to be big enough to make this cutoff. You're looking for YouTubers in like 4, 5, 6, 7 million plus, and not just the big millions of subs, but that make a type of content that is long form, that is high production value, that is easily syndicatable and ingestible. That's really what they're looking for. They're also looking of a culling of anything more than PG-13 rated content, because PG-13 makes money. That's why all the summer blockbusters are PG-13. That's why very few big money movies are rated R or G these days. PG-13 middle of the line content is the moneymaker, and that's what YouTube wants, not only for advertisement but for future show syndication. And they're going to take all the gaming, the music, and these other large but relatively specialized categories and just move them off onto their own sites and apps. And what you're left with is basically a mostly paid version of YouTube with high production value shows with a fixed subscription fee every month that they can use to kind of calculate and make profitable. And then you'll have these smaller side websites like YouTube Gaming and YouTube Music and YouTube Vlogging or whatever. So the up and coming creators have sort of a proving ground that they can make a little money and they can work their way up to the big leagues. And the question then becomes, is this good for YouTube? And the answer is yes and no. If you're looking for long-term profitability, prestige, easier management, easier financials, yeah, it's going to be way easier. It should, in theory, make more money. And the no part of it is that you're going to lose your social aspect of the site. You're going to lose all the viral aspects of the site, and you're going to lose the up-and-coming talent sections. And that's really what's going to kill it, is the virality, and the up-and-coming talent will just disappear. So it's going to be whatever they syndicate and release. It'll be much more like broadcast television and less like this crazy sort of Wild West free-for-all where truly the best content rises to the top. And this basically sucks for me because I'm going to have to get way bigger and way better and be prepared to syndicate something in the next couple of years, or I'm going to have to move to another website, like maybe Twitch. Well, guys, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.